Ami-Tobhha. What does that mean? I didn't know what it meant until someone gave me this. But who gave it to me? Well, let me tell you the quick story about Ami-Tobhha. But you know what? Why don't we take a drive? Come on. So I had been asked to speak at this company that I love, as just a consumer I love, in Atlanta, Georgia. Delta Airlines. I'm a Delta guy. I mean, it's no secret, I am a Delta dude. Well, I got a chance to speak at Delta, and the event went well, and I was flying back to Austin, and something on the plane triggered me. And I just got into this really negative mindset, this space where I was just kind of like, every time I land, I always text my wife, tell her I land, and I always call her and be like, hey, just want to let you know, landed on my way wherever I'm going, home or the hotel, blah, blah, blah. And needless to say, I landed and I was like, I'm not gonna text my wife, I'm not gonna call her, I just don't feel it right now. So I did it. And I got in my car, because I park at the airport, and I drive up to the booth, to the attendant, and literally, this is what I did. I put my window down, took my parking ticket, and just handed it out. I didn't even look at the attendant. And the person grabs the ticket but doesn't take it. And so after, which felt like, of course, 15, 20 seconds, but was only really like 2 seconds, I looked over at the person, and it was this lady. And she said, can I ask you what happened to you? And I was like, yeah, sure, I was burned. She said, was it most of your body? I said, yes. She said, were you in the military? I said, yes. She said, can I pray for you? And I was like, sure, I guess. Then, after a couple of seconds of silence, she starts to write. And she's writing, and I'm thinking, well, okay, I guess the prayer is over, and I'm gonna pay, and then I'm gonna move on. And she said, she hands me a ticket back, and the ticket that I showed you at the beginning, and she says, are you familiar with Buddhism? And I said, Buddhism? I said, no, not really. And she said, oh, okay. Well, in Buddhism, there is something we call Ami-Tobhha, and that represents infinite light, infinite wisdom. And when I see you, I see Ami-Tobhha. But see, here's the thing about that interaction. So after she said what she said, I paid, and then they let that little arm go up, and so I could drive through. And by the time I drove through, I had this different energy. I had this smile on my face. And the point that I want you to take away from that is I had several moments over the course of that interaction with her when she asked me what happened to me. Was my entire body burned? Where was I injured? Could she pray for me? Have I heard of Buddhism? Am I familiar with Ami-Tobhha? All this stuff. All those opportunities where I could have shut it down because I wasn't in a good mood. But what I've learned is that when you're in that space, it's important for you to open yourself up to the world, open yourself up to the universe, open yourself up to people, because they may give you what you need. And we're so conditioned to believe that any interaction that we have is for us to give people what they need. And the reality is, it's a two-way road. They can give us what we need. And so now, when I think of Ami-Tobhha, I think of that lady, I think of that interaction, and I think of how she gave me something on that day that I needed, and I'll never forget it. So, to all of you, I pass and I extend the infinite light and infinite wisdom to all of you.